Awaken to hair growth. Awaken to hair growth because there is possibility to get your hair back. Awaken to hair growth because we're not told that we're able to conquer and overcome alopecia. Awaken to hair growth because I want to be a positive light and beacon for you because I've healed my alopecia and now I help others do the same with different types of alopecia, men, women, children of all ages, of all races and ethnicities. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Alopecia Angel podcast. I am your host, Johanna Dahlman. Today, I am going to tell you what I tell my family and friends about their hair loss. And maybe it's COVID, maybe it's a life change that's happening. And for many, even if you didn't get COVID, the whole situation is life-changing. The whole situation of, having to wear a mask and social distancing and not seeing friends and everything that's happened within the last 2 years has brought about a lot of discomfort, a lot of change, and a lot of almost negativity in many ways. And I've had friends, family members, even, acquaintances, business associates, and just even people who I know in the health and wellness industry come to me and ask me, Johanna, and they'll text me, Johanna, I have massive hair loss. I'm losing everything in clumps. What can I do? What can I take? And the thing is, as much as I want to help them, just like I want to help you, it can't be done in a quick call. It can't be done with a quick text. Nothing is quick in that sense, because you really have to look at the deeper reasons as to why the hair loss is happening. I had a girlfriend of mine, and I know her since college. So this is over 20 years of friendship. And we went to school in California and we know each other from there. And even with so many changes and where we live and, travel and all these things, like we've always maintained, a relative good friendship. But even within this friendship, I don't know her medical history. Even within this friendship, I don't know if she has other situations medically that are going on right now or even before. And even then, this is where the evaluation comes from. This is where I can really assess what's going on. And the only way to really assess somebody is through the evaluation. And this is why I think this is so critical to everyone's success, to be completely evaluated, to be seen for who you are, not just today as, let's say, the 40-year-old person that you are, but the rest of those 40 years that led to this point, that led to the hair loss. And my friend who I'm talking about, she's got massive curly hair. Like this girl's got amazing, thick Egyptian, Arabic goddess, Cleopatra type of hair. Amazing. And it runs through her family, right? She's got it. Her sisters have it. Everyone's got like this crazy curly hair. And so in any case, it's not a one size fits all approach. And really, I have to look deeper at the person. And even if I know them, there's probably things there that are not being told, not being said, that only in an intake form, that only in an evaluation will actually happen. And so I run them through the same program that I actually offer. It's the same situation. Even if you're a family member, I can't help you until you help me help you with giving me all this information. And sometimes, there's an uncomfortable discomfort there because you're revealing so much and you're being vulnerable and you're being exposed. But at the same time, it's like if we don't open up, then no one can help. If we don't open up and become that vulnerable vessel, then, no one's able to really take that and see you for who you are. And I can always tell, even in an intake form, when people are holding back from telling me the full spectrum and the full picture. And really, I have to see the full picture in order to help you heal. Because if not, then you yourself are limiting yourself towards that opportunity. It's like getting a tutor at school for, let's say, math. And all of a sudden, you never tell me that you're dyslexic. And yet, this would help the tutor understand if you're dyslexic so that they can help you appropriately to your needs versus assuming that you're not dyslexic or assuming something else, right? And so this is where most people think that what we have, even if it's from birth or what we've gone through, even if it's from years ago, doesn't matter. And it does matter because everything is connected and everything will show up at one point or another in our life, in our health, and how it manifests. And I will say it's those blind spots that maybe are very obvious to us, but not so obvious to someone who's looking at you from an outside perspective. And so being open and honest is so key to that. And again, when evaluating friends and family and acquaintances and such, the first thing is it's the evaluation. And this is, it takes time. It's important. And I will say it is the stepping stone to success because we're all so individual. We are all come from so many different walks of life, all with various diet and lifestyles, all with various medical situations, conditions, symptoms, and histories that you can't pinpoint somebody in a one-size-fits-all approach. And when you are looking for a hair loss solution, understand first and foremost, if the product or the service that you're looking for is a one-size-fits-all approach, like Rogaine, like minoxidil, like supplements, like scalp injections, like laser therapy, like any of these situations like PRP, then you know automatically that's not going to work for you. You know automatically why, because it's not tailored to you. It's a one-size-fits-all approach. What are the percentages that this is going to work? One-size-fits-all approach. When it's customized, the chances are that there's a greater possibility, a greater probability that it will work for you. And then when you are put in the driver's seat, this is where it expands exponentially. This is where you take full control. And this is what I offer. I offer you to have full control over your hair growth, your hair loss, and everything in between, because it all starts with you. And so if you're not taking the reins and you're giving the reins to somebody else, it will never work. But if you take the reins yourself and you know how to manage that moving forward, then it's all in your hands. It really is. So that's exactly what I tell them in a nutshell. And it's hard for them to even fathom this because they think just like you that it's going to come from a shampoo. It's going to come from some, miracle pill, or it's going to come from serums or something of a product or medicine. And, I can't stress enough that it's not a product. It's not some beauty product that you can get at the drugstore or the beauty supply store, and it's not going to be medicine. It's not. If those are the two options that you're looking for, then you've already pinned yourself into a situation where the hair loss will continue and you will continue to struggle with this. And this is why I have so many clients who have been struggling with hair loss for years and decades. That's not normal. That's not normal to struggle for so long. And it's because none of the things that they've tried, even if it's the expensive, injections or the expensive treatments, none of that will guarantee results. None of that will lead you to results. And then if you stop, let's say in the case of minoxidil, Rogaine, or many of these other, hair loss shampoos, guess what? Once you stop, it'll all go away. And on top of it, there's a lot of side effects to it that can, prevent you from living life as you should be, or, from having the true health that you're looking for. And so this is really the key takeaway, is that what are you sacrificing by wasting time and money and energy on all these gimmicks, on all these Band-Aids, on all these products that, market themselves as hair growth elixirs, and yet they're not. And then on top of it, then you have situations where you have so many beauty products in general, like Olaplex, like Tresemme, like Diva Curl, like so many others who, like Monat, who have lawsuits currently, or who have gone through lawsuits because they cause hair loss. So this is a consistent cycle that I see a lot. I also post about this on Instagram and social media so that you guys are the first to know. When I see something from a reputable source, news source, then, I like to share it, because more than likely it is causing hair loss and people are not putting two and two together. A lot of the ingredients inside our beauty products do cause hair loss. They cause cancer. They cause so many other things. And so it's much more than hair on so many levels. And so I hope this helps, because I really do treat my clients like friends and family. I'm very honest. I'm very forward and blunt many times. But, this sometimes is necessary. The doctor is going to either not have answers for you, not have results for you for sure, and then also maybe beat around the bush. And I see things for what they are. I'm going to call a spade a spade. So when I see things and I want you to heal, I'll let you know what these blind spots are, even as difficult as they may be to hear it. But sometimes it's these same blind spots, these same situations that are holding you back. And if you want to learn more about blind spots, you can refer back to episode number 3. Another thing that I did want to touch upon now that we are talking about blind spots is limiting beliefs. And a lot of times, we think, oh, will this program work for me? Oh, but will this really work for me? And, I can show you all the success stories and all the before and afters until, I turn pink and blue in the face. But at the end of the day, you need to have the belief that you can heal. You need to have the belief that your body is capable of healing, that you are capable of healing. Just like I know everyone is capable of running a marathon. Whether we want to or not is totally different. But everyone is capable of running a marathon. Everyone is capable of graduating from high school, of learning a new language, of learning to swim. Everyone is capable of all these things, right? Just like you are capable of learning how to heal your hair, how to reverse your alopecia, and how to maintain it for the rest of your life. You are very capable of learning this. It's whether you want to or not. And that's the truth of the matter, because at the end of the day, it's all about what you really want and how bad you want it, right? Do I really want to learn how to run a mile in less than 4 minutes? And if I do, what does this look like? What is the training involved? What is the practice that I have to do? What is the dedication and time that I need to do in order to make this happen? And how soon can I do this, right? It all depends. It all depends if I'm a smoker or if I've ever run before, or if, this is my first time, if I have asthma, right? This all depends. There's so many variables to running that mile in less than 4 minutes, right? And so the same thing happens when it comes to healing your hair loss. This is a skill. This is a skill that no one's teaching. This is a skill about diet and lifestyle, about how to heal and reverse your alopecia that should be widely available to people, but yet there's a disconnect in education. There's a disconnect in conventional medicine where, medications are the first tool, and it shouldn't be. For many other situations, okay, maybe it is necessary, but not for alopecia, because with alopecia, there are no results with medication. So if there were medications out there with results for long-term with no side effects, then that would be optional. That would be the best, right? But no such thing exists. So this is why you have to take health into your own hands. This is why you have to take hair growth into your own hands. And this is the empowerment and, teaching the skills and the education that's needed for each person individually, because it's all on an individual basis, because there is an evaluation, because there are recommendations for that, and because it's tailored to you. As I say many times, healing a 2-year-old is not the same as healing a 40-year-old. It's not the same as healing a 20-year-old. It's so different, and for so many reasons, right? So I hope this helps. I hope you understand exactly, how important it is, how really critical, and the essence of healing is individual. It really is. And so this is where the expert evaluation comes in. This is where the blind spots come in. This is where revealing and unfolding all the steps needed for each person is so critical. And so even if my dear friends and family members contact me and message me, they still go through the same process. They still go through the same evaluation, because a lot of times we hold things and, you don't know things because people don't like to be vulnerable. I know I have family members who hold things in and they don't tell me to the extent of what they're feeling and what they're going through. And why is that? Because they don't want us to worry. They don't want other loved ones to worry. But it's necessary to be vulnerable and honest if you want the help and, the honesty, so that you can move forward with a successful plan and a path forward. I hope this helps, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Take care. Thank you for listening to the Alopecia Angel podcast, a positive light in healing alopecia. You can do this, and we can help. Spread the word that reversing alopecia